Let's see who's here. Hopefully this isn't a replay of yesterday. Oh, you guys are definitely going to hear about that. I'm still not happy. So let's see who shows up on this Monday evening. Who's here? I know that there's at least one person here. Let me see who's here. Oh, I didn't put a banner up. I'll put that one up. Since we're still doing the drive. One person. You guys know I do this where is everyone? Is there a bunch of other people doing lives? Yep, no one's here. Let's see who shows up. I don't want to sit around here. Who's here? This is turning into a replay of yesterday. Dude, you have to stop changing the name of your channel. I can't send people your direction if I don't know what the fuck the name of your channel is. Bro, seriously, pick a name. Skywarp, Knife Collector, Hinderer. Pick a name and stick with it. I've changed the name of my channel one time. I get people like, bro, I tried to follow that channel you were talking about and I can't find it. I was like, well, it's Knife Collector 41. And then somebody told me, he's like, no, it's Hinderer Collector 41 now. And I was like, well, I can't send people your direction if I don't have a solid name for your channel. You got to just pick one and stick with it. I have changed the name of the channel once, and that was only to add the Crazy Sharp to it. One time. I may change it to get rid of the Mike Emler and just go to Crazy Sharp alone. But it used to just be Michael Emler. And then it was Michael Emler Crazy Sharp. And there's a chance it's just going to be Crazy Sharp. So wait till we get a couple more people here because I'm upset with y'all. And I'm going to let y'all know about it because I don't want to get too upset. And I don't want to, what the hell's going on? Where is everyone going? Who else is live tonight? Like seriously, because if it's only gonna be like a couple people here, I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time. I have got to prioritize this device. So, and I mean, I'm not like upset, mad, like I'm gonna close the channel down or anything. Oh, you saw the first impressions. You haven't seen the whole thing, and I'm gonna disagree with you on your comment, Brant. I don't think that is a Hinderer scale because I've never seen Rick let something leave his shop with an obvious issue such as the liner not being the same height as the material. Now, I could be wrong, but I've never seen Rick let anything like that go. So what's up, Murky Ocean? There's 6 people here. Let's see who we get. Mark. So, well, then that's fine. I'm just saying I've never seen Rick let something like that leave, but it's still everything on it is perfect. The full review goes out Monday, I believe, Monday or Tuesday. I haven't decided what order videos are going to be produced, and I can't. It won't let me change tags in that video for some reason. Oh, you can't change those tags. So there's no tags, and it won't let me change them. So I don't know what's going on with that video. So. Who all's here? Let's see. Got the package. Good. Those things are fun. And like I said, they're not new. I never publicized those things as new. They're just rare. They're rare. They're just rare and fun. And I don't have my glass. So what I was so upset about, guys, yesterday. So what you guys don't know is like when I do stuff like the movie day yesterday, I had set aside a block of time. I had it picked, all that stuff. And I usually like to put up a vote. So I had 40 some odd people vote on what movie we were going to watch on Sunday, which told me there were at least 30 or 40 people that were interested in watching the video. And literally no one showed up. And the reason it's frustrating is for you guys, it's just, hey, yeah, so I didn't go to Mike's thing. I didn't go to Mike's video meetup. That's fine. That's great. But the thing is, like, I'm not going to have a physical meetup if that's the way it's going to be. Like, I'm not going to do a physical meetup because I'm not going to go to the trouble of getting someplace picked out and setting it up with the owners and then to have no one show up, because literally no one showed up to the movie day thing, but 40 people voted on it. So that tells me that you guys don't want to do the movie day thing anymore. So I'm just not going to spend the time to do it, because Saturday night, my daughter came to me and was like, Daddy, can we do something tomorrow afternoon? I want to go to the boardwalk. And I'm like, I'd love to, babe, but like, I already have like 40 people that said that they picked movies. I already set it up. I was like, I just won't do it next weekend. Maybe we can do it. She's like, okay. And then she wound up going to the boardwalk with her friend. So you see where it's at? Like, for you guys, it doesn't seem like a big deal. For me, I gave up an entire afternoon with my daughter and no one showed. And I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed. But I get it. Like, you guys don't think of it like that. But like I said, I put so much into this channel. It's like 7 days a week. And I see very, very little in return. I mean, I honestly don't make much on this channel. So we're just not doing movie day anymore, because I can see how people vote online, but how they actually vote with their attendance is what mattered, and no one showed. So that's 2 in a row where Murky was there, but like Murky didn't even show up till like 2. So I understand it. Like, Murky, you were there, but like, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's just frustrating. No, I get it. Now I'm off of that. That's just the thing. We're just not doing it anymore. I'm just not going to take a Sunday and set it aside unless I know that people are going to do it. So, and then people are like, oh, well, there's a bunch of other live feeds. And I'm like, great. I don't care. So, and the reason it was, I wanted it. Oh, Jesus, I still didn't get that thing. The reason I wanted to do it the way I do it is because there is no push for like a super chat or anything like that. Like, I can't make any money on that. There's none. I don't make anything on it. It's just for fun. And so, like, I wanted to be able to give something back that there was no like, oh, I should give a super chat or something like that. No, it was just that I appreciate you guys kind of thing. And no one showed. So, oh, no, not that. That's not what I want to do. So, Mike's MacBook Pro, prioritize. That's what we're going to do. So, yeah, but we watched Kentucky. What we watched? We watched Chud and Kentucky Fried Movie. Wow, 93rd birthday. That's impressive. That's impressive. I think my grandfather was 87 or 88. We couldn't ever figure out because he basically had 2 birth dates. We're pretty sure he lied to join the military or something, because he had 2 separate birth dates, and he never knew exactly which one was his actual birthday. Like, his parents were confused, so they had 2 different years, and then there was like 3 different birth years, right? So we just kind of split the difference. Like, he's 87, 88, something like that. So, well, you love that old lady. You go, and I don't have either one of my grandmothers. So you enjoy that evening, because that's a milestone right there. So, guys, I filmed a lot of stuff today. Yeah, you know what? You know who's going to ride to Blade Show? Oh, I forgot to grab the bell in case. I forgot to bring. I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a live feed from Blade West. Now, I say that for 2 reasons. One, I don't know what the Wi-Fi situation on the show floor looks like. I don't know how good it's going to be. I don't know how strong this battery is. I don't know if I'm going to have some place I can. No, I'm not letting anybody on the panel tonight. I'm upset. I'm not letting anybody on here. So, plus the only thing you're going to want to talk about is hinderers. No, I've only ever had one hinderer that I liked. So, we are having a great time, Walt. Thanks. The other thing is my Wi-Fi is not the greatest. We have storms coming through. I've been hearing lightning, and it rained earlier and all of that. I'm still mad at y'all. You guys can still get a scathing thing. I'm going to do guys, I'm going to do videos about those mini arcades, but I'm going to wait because the company is sending me 2 more things. They gave me a chance to get them at such a reduced rate that I couldn't say no. One is it looks like, you remember the change machines that were in arcades? The wood panel one that said change, it had the little yellow light that was always on because I never put coins in it. Well, they have those that are like, they're a USB block. And so you plug it in and then you can plug all kinds of USBs in it. And there's like 6 of them. And so that's going to go over there with it. But they're also sending me some, I showed you guys the blacklight reactive mats that look like the arcade floor, sending me 2 of those. So, and I mean, I couldn't pass them up the price. So you guys paid for them. My wife doesn't know about it yet. So keep that shit quiet. Oh, I forgot to pour myself some of my beverage. I usually run these for 2 hours, cue ball. If there's still people here, we'll probably do it. I thought about putting up a movie tonight if I could find it. There are we might be able to do a video feed on here occasionally as a live feed, because what I forgot that I can bring up other websites onto this. So we may be able to find what do you call it? A public domain movie. Like I know Night of the Living Dead is public domain. There's a handful of old movies. Killdozer was public domain, so they can't copyright strike that video. Now the Big Chuck and Little John stuff I showed you the other night, they actually copyrighted that. They copyright strike that one, and not strike, but to get a copyright claim. I'm just going to let them have all the revenue from that after show we did where I showed the Big Chuck and Little John stuff. Hey, Stacy's here. Stacy, I'm sorry you couldn't join. I saw that you joined the room and then exited, and joined the room and exited. For you guys, that 2.7 thing that I do the movies on, it's not a mobile app. It's got to be done on a Chrome browser on a laptop and all of that. And so it's there's all kinds of stuff. Now, the caveat is I can't play movies that are free with ads. So we can't do that here. So basically I would have to, like, I couldn't put up a video. Like I couldn't put up, even if it's an Amazon Prime movie, I can't do that. I can do that on 2.7. So that really limits doing it here. So, but yeah, I saw you join and couldn't watch, and I feel bad because there were 3 people. Beardo. Beardo was what do you want to say? Beardo was in, but he couldn't because he was on mobile. He made a comment, but he couldn't see the movie because he didn't have Prime. That's what it was. Beardo doesn't have Prime Video, and I'm like, how do you live like that? I just don't see how someone can live like that. So I forgot about that until just now. But yeah, like I said, 43 people voted on what movie we should watch, and only 3 people wound up showing up, and only 1 person watched the movie with me. But we had fun. Murky and I had fun. I'll still do it. I'm just only going to send the thing to Murky. Murky and I'll just do it every Sunday, and y'all can just do whatever you want on Sunday. But I was just, like I said, I was trying to give back to you guys some of my time and something, and it kind of felt like you guys, well, shit on it. So I'm just not going to do it anymore, because that precludes the me feeling as though I got crapped on. So not being passive aggressive, I'm being absolutely serious. That's how I felt all day yesterday. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna say something about it. But filmed a video for Friday, filmed a video for Thursday. Currently can't edit any of the stuff on it. So I don't know if the video is actually going to go up on Thursday. I don't know if you guys are going to actually see the video, because it will not let me edit anything. Title, nothing. It just keeps coming back saying, sorry, we can't save your details right now. I'm like, well, this is more shit right here. Yeah, I did. I watched the thing after we got done watching the movie with Murky. Yeah, my S30V blade, I don't even know where it's at anymore. It's around here somewhere. It's in whatever box my little knife that my father gave me is in. It's all together. So that extra blade is missing somewhere, as well as the little knife that my dad gave me. But yeah, my bench made 940. I swapped out the S30 for the S90 and had zero problems. As a matter of fact, I had less lock rock. Like it felt like the lock engaged better after I did that. So yeah, you shouldn't have a problem at all. They're identical. They're identically the same. Like, ooh, going to hear some thunder because I saw some lightning. What was that? Oh, hey, Mike, I was sitting on the no play screen. I don't know what that is. Oh, anyway, so I watched The Thing after I watched Chud and a Kentucky Fried Movie with Murky Ocean. So still haven't grabbed that glass for my beverage. Give me a second. I think I need to rinse this a little. This is a nice thing about being in my garage. I can just pour a little bit of water in this glass and dump it out. Rinse out my Papa Didn't Raise No Commie cup. And pour myself a little bit of beverage. We watched The Fog. So we watched The Fog. Did we watch all three of those? We watched The Fog, Kentucky Fried Movie, and yeah, that's right. You watched The Fog with me. The Fog is actually my favorite John Carpenter movie of all time. I love the original Fog with Adrian Barbeau and everybody. That is such a good movie. And I was telling Murky, I was like, well, it's pretty good for. I was like, it's so good for a low budget movie. And he's like, it doesn't feel low budget. And I was like, well, they spent so much money on the cast because it had a really stellar cast. The fact was that like they spent enough money on the cast, but then when they got looking at the budget, they didn't have very much money left. And so what John Carpenter did was he was like, okay, well, we don't have money for the special effects. Why don't we just hide them in the fog? And they basically changed the entire premise and named it The Fog. He was like, and it's a piece of just movie making genius that like they didn't have to have a lot of physical effects other than the actual fog, which was oh, that's fine. But at any rate, definitely thunder and lightning. But it was a good way that they didn't have to spend very much on physical effects for the actual monster effects because they were hidden in the fog. And so all the fog that you saw throughout the movie was generated on a soundstage with a fog machine, with a smoke machine, and then all the fog that was like glowing and everything, that was just like an overlay. Was that things go as planned? I'll be missing most of the Monday and Wednesday live feeds starting next week. Back to work 5 a.m. Eastern comes early. Don't be a bitch. I used to come back to my house at 2 and 3 a.m. and still have to show up for 5 a.m. PT. Drunk, like blasted. Just getting old. I'm not gonna lie. I slept till like 8 this morning. And my wife called me and she goes, "Are you still asleep?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't feel good. I think I'm getting sick." I almost didn't do this live feed. I didn't feel good, and I was like, I was still in bed, like 6:30 or 7. I got up. I heard him get ready to go to the ice rink, leave for the ice rink at like 5:36 this morning. And then I went back to sleep, and she called me at 8, and she's like, "Hey, are you still asleep?" Hey. I was like, "Yeah." And it was like 8 o'clock. She's like, "Can you pick the kid up at 9?" Yeah, I guess. That's cam girl bell. That's a big cam girl. You know what I mean? So, fuck yeah. I mean, guys, I make content 5-6 days a week. And then yesterday I sat in this garage with the garage door closed because it was hot outside and it kept the garage cool. It was actually like 74, 70. It's like it is right now, about 75, 76 in here. And it stayed like that in this garage because I have a thick insulated garage door. And so it stayed nice and cool in here. And since I wasn't filming, I didn't need the light, the ambient light for shooting with the backdrop because I can't shoot with the lights on. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Adrian Barbeau? Because yes, you're absolutely right. Like there's so many teenage lustful thoughts about Adrian Barbeau from The Fog and oh, I see. I got you. But Adrian Barbeau as well. So many filthy thoughts in my head from Swamp Thing, The Fog. What other? She was in so many other movies. I was like, yeah. Now, she was in Creepshow. Yeah, she played the wife in Creepshow. She was hot in that too. She was just hot, like drop dead gorgeous hot. And she's like one of those forgotten movie temptresses. She was gorgeous. But then you have what's her name? I can't think of her name off the top of my head. Who was in The Fog? Who played the hitchhiker? I can't think of her name. Like it's right there. It's right there. I just can't make it come out. Just won't come out. Yeah, she was in Cannonball Run. Oh yeah. Sorry, I just remembered the whole unzipping the top thing. She played the mom. I don't know if that's spelled correctly, but I'll go with it. I know who you're talking about. She was hot too. The bigger the donation, the more I beat on I'm beating the shit out of my fucking whacking stick. Barbie Benton. Oh yeah. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. By the time Eight-Legged Freaks came out, I had been in Japan and had been in Japan for years and was a supervisor. So that tells me right there, Aiden, that you are a good bit younger than me. When did that come out? Looking here. Let's see. Hey, that's porn. When did Eight-Legged Freaks come out? (2002). 2002, I had already been in the Navy for almost, Jesus Christ, 1992 to 2002. I'd already been in for 10 years. Like I had already been in and been in Japan for 9 of those 10. Kelly, oh man, I wish we could watch a movie. And Angelina Jolie in Hackers, another movie that came out. So I do remember, but yeah. My back hurts tonight. I heard him talking about his back, and I'm like, yeah, I can get where that's coming from. Back issues are bad. My shoulder's actually starting to feel a little bit better, but now my left shoulder hurts from laying on it. I'm like, this sucks. Why can't I get comfortable? So I'm not sleeping on a couch tonight. Yeah, weird science. There you go. I was just thinking about it too. Just one of the guys. I don't remember who was in that. Tell me her name and I'll probably remember. I like Kelly LeBrock. I remember that. Weird Science. I loved that movie. She had a lot of, I remember from the commercials. Is it Suave? I forget what the hairspray commercials were. Charlie's Angels. So, going to Blade Show West. I know this is just a goof off evening. Mondays are really weird. I already have stuff filmed through the rest of the week, but I cannot promise that there's not going to be a gap next week. I'm going to try and film a couple things tomorrow, but I have to take my daughter skating in the afternoon. I'm going to try and film a couple things Wednesday, but I have to take my daughter to school. And I still have to clean the car out and get everything packed and all that. So I have stuff through this week and at least Monday. But I am not, I'm telling you guys, like I'm at the show from Thursday until Sunday. And the last thing I'm going to do when I get home Sunday is edit footage. So there's a good chance that if I haven't gotten stuff filmed between tomorrow and Wednesday, there's just not going to be videos go up. I'm sorry. I'm going to need a break. After a show, I hate interacting with that many people. First of all, I don't like crowded places. This show is going to be crowded. Much as I say I love everyone here in person, I don't like very many people. I try to be personable. I try to get away from, I try to be as polite as possible, but there reaches a point where about 3 hours into a show, I really don't want to talk to anyone with the exception of a few people. So if you see me at the show, that's fine. Just know that I might not be in the greatest of moods. I don't like crowded places. I don't like big social interactions and things like that. So that's just it's just one of those things. What was that? Selma Hayek. Yeah, I just watched I remember the first thing I ever saw her in was Antonio Banderas and her in Thunder. It's a thunder outside. The sky go roar. Desperado. The mariachi. Yeah, Desperado. Mariachi. It was the sequel to Rodriguez's Mariachi. It was basically the not necessarily a sequel, but like the spiritual successor to that. Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, I remember that too. But I mean, I was a good bit older then. These weren't my teenage years. The movies that I'm talking about were like the lustful thoughts that I had. Ali Sheedy, and what's her name in the red bikini from Phoebe Cates. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Those are movies that I spent a lot of me time thinking about. No, absolutely not. My wife's working. My kids got school and skating. I'm going. Me and Nick Shabazz are going to meet up at about 11-ish here and head up to Long Beach. I think if I looked at it right, I forget how far it is. I think it's just about an hour and some. Ooh, my gift from, not gift, but my greatly reduced price package from New Wave Toys, which is the company that makes those little Replicade game systems, is already shipped. So Brian's here. Hey, Brian, how are you? I was going to say for you, Blade Show, everyone else shopping trip. Am I working the artisan table? Yes, I am working the artisan table. Dwayne, I wanted to let you know, I still haven't purchased the, hey, what's up, Nicholas? I still haven't purchased the gift card for my merchandise store yet. Mainly because I'm going to do it. I just got to figure out, I think I'm going to have to put front tires on the car before I go. I may have to. This guy go roar. So, hey, Mike, I emailed you earlier. Did you see? I did see it. I just haven't responded yet because I literally finished filming because I have the new lighting. So it was already dark. I don't know. I didn't know that Nicholas Kelly was one of my members. I was like, when did this happen? Are the PDM shirts? I don't know. Let's look. Let's see what's available on my merch store. But yeah, I've got to send you and, well, that's not what I wanted. I still have to send you and John a gift certificate for my merchandise store. And I have a couple of people that want me to grab those sea snakes. I think if I remember right, Russell said they're $160. So that's the cheapest. Like if I get them for you, that's the cheapest I can legally sell them. That is the map. That is the minimum I'm allowed to sell them for. So if I get them, I will get some. I'm going to give at least one away. I'm going to get two at least. I have a person that wants me to buy one. I will get a couple if there's that. Here's the thing. They say, this is a no bullshit right here. This is a no joke. I had a bunch of people Roger up. They wanted to do movie day on Sunday and not show up. If you say you want a knife, you're paying me up front for the knife, because I don't want to be in the same situation where everybody is like, oh yeah, I want one. And then I spend the money out of my own pocket to buy them. And then no one pays me. So if you want one of those knives, it's an upfront deal. You have to pay me upfront before I even tell Russell to hold me one. So that would be something I can't afford to buy a bunch because like I'm going to be limited to how many I can get. But reach out to me if you want. And like I said, I'm going to get two. One's going to be a giveaway and one's for me. But the other ones, I don't want to get into a situation where I've got like $300 worth of knives here at the house and no one bought them. So we're not doing that. You have to pay me up front for them. 160. 160 is that's the table price. That's 160, and that's with the micarta, the colored hardware, the S35 VN blade. So, but like I said, email me. I will ask Russell how many he can feasibly get me, but I have to leave some of the table. I have to sign all the cards and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, we're going to check Ember Shirt Co. and see what's available. EMBER. Let's log in and look at the affiliates. No. Let's see here. Let's go down to the Crazy Sharp store. And right now there are not. The only thing that's available right now, I will show you what's available. Share this, share screen, Chrome tab, Ember Shirt Co, Crazy Sharp. That's what's available right now. The Sea Snake, the Crazy Sharp logo, the gift cards starting from $10, and a canvas print. That's what's available right now. That's all. Rain soon. Expect rain to start at your location at 8:18. I'll tell you how I feel about S35VN. I like it. There you go. Well, here's the thing. I'm working the show. So it's going to be, a lot of it is going to be Nico. I'm going to have him take my phone and his little charger block and walk around with so it's going to be just Nico on his own. The other reason I don't know how it's going to work out is everyone has to wear masks. And if the audio is shit, I'm just going to stop filming. So we'll see. So Beard of the Weirdo, I got me a Crate Raken. It's nice. First knife in AEBL. Well, I don't like AEBL. Got my first knife in S35VN today. Jeez. Like, I mean, I can't imagine that. Like, I've owned, well, not necessarily owned, I guess. I guess it's because I sharpen so many knives. I have so much stuff come through the channel. I just can't imagine just now getting something S35VN. I just can't picture that. Anything you have your eye on? I have no plans on purchasing a fucking thing. Guys, I live off of YouTube, and if you knew how little I make, you wouldn't ask me if I was thinking about buying a damn thing. I can't afford to pay attention. Okay. That makes sense. I can smell rain. I can smell rain on the wind. So S35 is such, it's a good solid steel if it's heat treated well. I still have not changed your name on the scroll up because I keep forgetting to do it. To tell you the truth, I can't even remember who you are. To tell you the truth, what your actual name was now, Burnt Toast. I know you told me, but it's probably just going to stay your actual name. The only one I know that really wants me to change it is 2A Dave. He wants me to change that so it stops saying House YouTube. Is that why these lives are spastic? I don't know. What do you mean? Well, what exactly are we talking about when we say spastic? Ooh. We may lose the feed. I'm going to tell you right now. Because lightning and thunder and my lights are flickering, that usually indicates we're going to lose power, and I don't have Wi-Fi if we don't have power. I don't have battery backup for the house Wi-Fi. Because you can't pay attention. Oh, I got it. Ha! Oh, that's right. That's right. It was Alec. What's up, wieners? Oh, I get to ring my bell. My back really does hurt. Jeez. I think we're in for some. I think we're in for some shit weather. I actually didn't have why I was filming earlier today, and I thought today was Tuesday because I filmed something yesterday and did the edit. Ask me about my wiener. Okay, Murky, let's hear about your wiener. Is it short, shriveled, and always to the left? Does it look like a short stack of dimes? What's going on with that? So it's mine. Not like on the surface or anything. I just think it's like a big one. Like if I'm in the bathtub, it floats, but it doesn't like float on the top. S35 Vinny is great and all, but S3 or 3B is where it's at. I can't get it to rust in Florida, so you must be caustic, Mike. I'm telling you, I can get 3 and 4V to rust just by, if I'm refinishing it and I get a fingerprint on it while it's still blasted, I can get it to rust. I can, but then again, you guys saw the video about my, the one that I did the black coating on, the Rat 1. Like it was rusted to the point it pitted. You could still see it even through the ceramic. So I can make 20 CV rust. I make 20 CV rust. I made Nitro V rust. I bake, if it's got steel in it, I can make it rust. I think H1 is the only one I didn't make rust. And that's just because I just didn't care to fucking carry it. Because that was probably the worst steel. Spyderco's, go on record. Spyderco's H1 steel, the worst steel I've ever dealt with. It literally is the worst. I will be emailing you tonight for shipping instructions on the stuff I want to send for giveaways. Somebody else sent me a request for my address to send stuff. I responded back. But H1, yeah, it didn't rust, but it was pretty bad. What are we doing tonight? Well, I'm drinking beer and talking with you guys. It scratches on paper. I couldn't get it. Like they said, oh, it work hardens. So the more you use it, I'm like, well, does that mean I have to use it to get it hard? Like, I mean, like there's something else that you would have to work with it to get it hard, but I don't know. When it started raining earlier, Shop Cat ran in the house and has not come out yet. The wife was trying to get him out. She was like, get out. I want you to get out, because he's begging for food, but he just didn't. Like no matter what she tried to do, like she tried to push him out the door, he'd run back in before she could close it. So, I don't know. Howdy. What was I getting ready to? Dude, guys, S125V that I've made that's a helicopter. S125V that I've made a couple knives for Tino in comes annealed before you ever harden it at 55. So it's insane. Shop Nico hats. I'm going to talk. Okay, here's the thing. You've done it twice. You get two. The Shop Nico stuff, I haven't even sent a design. I don't know. Like he said, he'd do anything we wanted, but the fact is, like, there's cost involved in all that with the designing and stuff. So like people would have to buy it. And to tell you the truth, only 4 people have bought my shirts, and one of them was me. So that's another one of those ones where I took the vote. Do you guys all want merch? I'll figure out a way to do merch. And everybody voted, and they said yes. And I should have known. I never take what anyone votes on those polls. I never take it seriously because I wait till they vote with their wallet. Like yesterday, I said everybody wanted to do a movie show, a movie channel movie feed. And I said I was going to do it off of YouTube. 43 people voted on what movie we should watch. 3 people showed up. So I'm not going to put Justin out and say, hey, I want this design, when people haven't bought the stuff that's available now. So people don't use the affiliate links. I went to all the trouble of setting up affiliate links. That's the simplest thing. No one uses them. I'm not trying to sound like I'm throwing a temper tantrum or shit like that. I'm just saying, like, I've put a lot of work into this stuff that everybody said they wanted, and no one has done anything with it. And it's available. I mentioned it in all the videos. So I'm going to stop doing a lot of this stuff. Like, I'm not going to go to the trouble of getting Justin to make a design if no one, I mean, people aren't buying the stuff that's there now. S125V. S125V is nuts. I've never seen a steel like it. It's insane. It's just nuts to grind it. It's over the top. I've made 2 knives for Tino in that steel. And no, I haven't checked out MagnaCut. You guys would have seen it on the channel if I had. If I had MagnaCut in, you'd already seen the video. I videotape everything that comes into the channel. So if you haven't seen a video of it on this channel, then I haven't seen it. At any rate, going anywhere? What are you talking about? I don't get it. Damn, dude, you're going on. So at any rate, what I was saying was I've made 2 knives in S125V for Matthew. He uses the first one I gave him all the time. The first one I made for him, he uses it constantly. I honestly have only ever had to sharpen it one time. He's had it for 2 years. It will not get dull. And when it does get dull, it hardens like 67, 68. Yeah. But I haven't got to see anything on, I haven't got to see MagnaCut yet. I'd like to. If somebody's got something MagnaCut, you want to send it in for review, sharpening, I am going to use it if you're cool with that. I've had people send me stuff and I had to turn right back around and send it back. I had a guy send me 3 knives literally the other day. And I get the package and I had him email. He's like, yeah, feel free to do videos. Just do the videos about them. He's like, they don't need sharpen. They're just for on the channel. And he's like, just don't do anything with them. And I'm like, I sent him a message back, emailed him back. And I was like, I can't do a review of these knives. Well, why? And I was like, I don't just do like, oh, this is a good looking knife. I was like, I'm not going to do a review on a knife unless I can actually use it. And he was just adamant. He's like, oh no, these are like safe queens. And I was like, you should never send me something that you think of as a safe queen because I just can't do a video about it. I don't only look at a knife. I have to go through the paces of using it. And a lot of people are like, oh, you don't actually use this. And I use this shit out of every knife that I'm given permission to use. S125V, you can look it up. They haven't made a lot of it. There wasn't a lot of it available. It was expensive. It's hard to grind. It's hard to work with. It's really, really picky on its heat treat. I use probably 3 times as many belts on S125V as I do on 20CV at 64 Rockwell, which makes it expensive. So yeah, Todd, that's exactly the one I was talking about. MagnaCut is really new. Pretty much custom makers are the only ones using it right now. That's not true. That's not true. There's several lines of knives that are coming out. MagnaCut's going to be in the Sabenzas. There's a handful of others. There's a handful of other companies that are already using it. So I don't think the ones I make, my customs, are in 20CV at 64. That's what my heat treat is on them. I do know that my S125V is at least 67 because I was able to cut glass. I was able to score the top of a bottle. That's a trick that I learned from Big Brown Bear. If your Rockwell is at least 67, you can score glass with it. And so it was between 67 and 70 when I did those knives. And so to grind that is just, it's nuts. But 20CV at 64 is a custom heat treat that I do on my custom knives. Guys, I'm so sorry. I have allergies so bad. Yeah, it's if you get one of my Vipers dull, it's because you hit something hard, something significantly hard. Nico uses his all the time. I've had to. It's raining. Oh, I don't trust that we're gonna keep electricity. Guys, if this ends, it's because my internet kicked out. I fully expect I'm going to lose electricity before too long, which is why I keep my flashlight, even though Levon picked up. He's like, are you really going to use that chargeable? I use that charger case. I carry it around. I keep it in my car if I'm going on trips. I absolutely do. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a point that I have to use the light on my pew-pew to get to my flashlight upstairs. So Elliot ran all his customs at that. Every one of my knives, Mark, was at about between 64 and 65. Every one of the knives I ever made. Shit, I'm still waiting on my. Fuck, I got to get a hold of some. Somnium has my. I've got another fixed blade. I've got another fixed blade video I want to do. All of the custom sea snakes and all the custom stonefish and sea snakes that I did, with the exception of the one I did for Matt in S125V. Actually, I did 2 of them in S125V. All of them were in 20CV at 64. Transparent Knives runs his. Is he doing 20CV, Murky? It's raining. So you want one what? I don't know what we're talking about. We've been in a. Oh, I can hear it real well too. Okay, so somebody asked about the mountain lion issue. We definitely have a mountain lion. My daughter heard it, and then I heard it again. And then my neighbor came over and he's like, there's a mountain lion in my yard. Do you have a, and I was like, I can grab my boomstick. And so I went over, there was another one. I went over and it was gone, but he was like, no, it was right there in the yard. What's the hardness on M390, Mike? Filet mignon. There, that's your new name. Mike Filet Mignon. It depends on the maker. Depends on the company, depends on the heat treat. It's always different. It's always different. Big kitty. Come here, kitty. I hope it doesn't hail because I can't pull the cars in and I can't afford a windshield. Ooh, is it raining? Is we gonna get some actual rain? Oh, I would love to see. How about Mr. Martin's 20 CV on the AB? Don't know. Never seen one. What's this? Learned a lot on sharpening from watching your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. God, my back hurts sitting here like this. I was sitting here thinking, which is always dangerous. Guys, I'm going to hang on. I'm just moving the fan, and I'm going to open the garage door. I'm going to let you guys take a look. Because this is such a rare occurrence in San Diego. Such an unusual occurrence. It's like actually raining out there. Like actual rain. Can you guys see? Hang on. Wait one. Can you guys see anything out there? No, you can't see anything, can you? I'm sorry, I'm a dummy. I love rain. I haven't seen it rain in so long. Ooh, it got chilly. No, you can't. Ooh. Rightening. Ooh. More rightening. Bang. Is Neves here? Bang Neves. I don't think I want to bang Neves. He's not my type. Plus, that accent is just, it's Chicago accent's horrible. Is Jared here? Where's Jared? I tried to call Jared today. Worst place. April showers, bring May flowers, unless you're in San Diego, and then they bring high speed collisions, pile up and death. Yep. April showers brings May flowers. May flowers bring smallpox. You're not wrong. These people do not, like, somebody spits out their window and they go, oh my God, oh my God, I'm going to die. Like fog that looks like someone blew cigarette smoke out their window. Ape shit. Like they drive like idiot. I was like, man, I can see a mile ahead of me. Why are you driving so slow? I was driving like 80 miles an hour in the rain one time, and a cop pulled me over. He goes, why are you driving so fast? And I was like, it wasn't raining that hard. It's here in San Diego. And he goes, I had a Dodge Durango at the time. And he goes, you don't think it's a little fast with the conditions? I was like, it's barely raining. He goes, where are you from? And I was like, Ohio. I was like, it does this every day. And he was like, okay, well, just try and just slow it down a little bit. And I was like, all right. I drove a 78 Chrysler LeBaron rear wheel drive on bald tires in snow and ice. I'm pretty sure I can handle a Dodge Durango 4-wheel drive at like 80 miles an hour in a sprinkle. Like the pavement wasn't even completely wet. To tell you the truth, I have not felt an earthquake out here. Alec, I have not felt an earthquake out here since, man, it was a long time ago. My kid was little. It's got to have been like at least 7-8 years. I have not had I haven't felt an earthquake out here enough that it like I was upstairs and had to, like, I was scared. I ran down and grabbed the whole house was shaking. We had a big one on Easter Day. Jeez, it's been years ago. And it cracked some bulletproof windows in some of my, some of the facilities that I was responsible for on the base. And I had to get that all repaired. But yeah, we haven't had like an earthquake of any magnitude that I could even, like, didn't even wake me up. Let's put it that way. Ooh, Chicago to St. Louis. That's a long drive. So it's 10 hours from Chicago to my parents' house. It's about another 6 to St. Louis. It was about 15, 16 hours to St. Louis from Chicago. If you were driving not driving like a maniac. I'm figuring like about 15 hours ish. Man, the temperature dropped so quick. I thought New York was crazy. Then I moved to Florida, learned a whole new definition of batshit. Yeah. 5 hours from Chicago to St. Louis? Can't be right. That can't be right. It might be because you're shooting straight. Yeah, because you're shooting straight and I had to shoot down and east. Let me see here. Um, 4 hours and 17 minutes. I guess you're right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because guess what? Yeah, I had to drive all across Indiana into Ohio. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm an idiot. I've driven across a bunch of places. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about shooting straight down, and I was shooting across further. I was thinking like the like 10 hours of my house in like 5 hours. It's completely ridiculous. 10 hours. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 10 hours. It'd probably be 10 hours for me as well because I'm like 90 minutes from Pittsburgh. All done raining. Well, at least everything's clean now. I actually didn't take rough stuff. When I used to drive home from Great Lakes, I would just drive straight. What was that? Let's see here. I'm going to try and find, if you guys want to, since we have an hour left, I'm going to see if I can find a public domain movie. Public domain movies we could watch. Let's see here. Can I watch it here? I don't know what's going on with this. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if I can play it. You guys want to watch a movie? You guys want to watch a movie? I found it on YouTube, and all I have to do is just bring it up. You want to watch a movie? On here? God damn, I'm getting chewed up by mosquitoes. I'm out here in shorts. I guess the rain woke them up. So I went to college in Fenway, Ohio. Okay. Well, I mean, you don't have much of a choice. There's only a couple movies. Let's see here. Night of the Living Dead is so we have House on Haunted Hill, Gulliver's Travels, Night of the Living Dead. You guys want to watch Reefer Madness? Yes, movie. There's not a lot. Yes, I will. What is this? Let's see here. Night of the Living Dead is on YouTube. I can watch it on YouTube. Let's see here. What else is Reefer Madness is also on YouTube. Oh, is that in French? House on Haunted Hill. Here, I got a better idea. I forget. Like, why is that not level? There we go. That's okay. Let me share this. Share the screen with you guys. Share screen. Chrome tab. So these movies here that you can see here, they're all old movies. Bucket of Blood, Charade, Dressed to Kill, The Amazing Mr. X, Scarlet Street. Oh, the original Little Shop of Horrors, Planet 9 from Outer Space, Hitchhiker, Carnival of Souls, Fast and the Furious. Did you guys know that that bullshit fucked up garbage movie was a remake? Did you know? Man, it stinks here when it rains. What are we talking about, Mr. Morgan? What are we talking about? Glue the stop pin. Why would you glue the stop pin to any? I don't understand what we got going on here. So what you guys want to watch? These movies are still Fear and Desire, Angel and the Bad Man, Of Human Bondage, Flying Deuces, Till the Clouds Roll By, Nothing Sacred, McClintock? Oh, pardon me. The Wasp Woman. What is this? Thief of Baghdad, Phantom of the Opera. Let's see here. Some of these I don't care. It's garbage. I don't care. It's really horrible. McClintock is a great movie. McClintock's a good movie. Let's see here. You know what I want to watch, though? Because we talked about it the other night. We're going to watch this. We're just going to watch. We're not going to watch their ad. Can you guys see this? Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to stop sharing that. I'm going to mute this because I don't want you guys to have to watch that ad. So I'm going to mute this, play this, I'll skip the ad. I'm going to rewind this back the 8 seconds. I'll put it in theater mode. I'm going to hit full screen and play. I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying. Hang on. There we go. Woo, we got it. You are correct, sir. So, like I said, they can't claim this because it's a public domain. I got to close the garage door. I don't like having it that far open. See the microtech box? No, you're not. No, this is Night of the Living Dead, Mark. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to
Right.
be home until after midnight.
Sorry,
Well, if
guys.
it
I'm
really
turning
bugged
off
you,
these
Johnny, you
subtitles.
wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't take a trip like this.
Oh.
So they actually filmed this?
Is there any of that candy left?
No.
They actually
Look at this
filmed this
thing.
in
We still
Cumberland,
remember.
Ohio.
I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth.
It's not 6
Mother
hours.
wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
It's not.
Well, we're here, John, all
It's not
right?
6 hours. It's like 2 hours round trip. From where they're at, Cumberland, Ohio, to Pittsburgh, 2 hours.
Ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen,
Two
we're
and a
coming
half,
back
maybe,
on the
round
air
trip
after an
max.
interruption due to technical problems.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in?
Well, there's no one around.
Well, it's late. You'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep when the time changed.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
So I was saying is they filmed this scene, and I think I told you guys this before, in Cumberland, Ohio, at close to where I live. Just killing time.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
Cheap fucking bastard. That's what they said. Somebody said it was a Pontiac Le Mans.
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
What kind of car was in the opening scene It is a 1967 Pontiac
Hey, I mean,
Le Mans.
praying's for church, huh? Come on.
It's a
I
Pontiac Le
haven't
Mans.
seen you in church lately.
1967 Pontiac Le Mans.
Not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boys, you'll be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there.
So
You used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
you were always a dick.
You're still
Johnny. I see.
afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
Spontaneous movie night is the way to go. I don't know. I'm just having fun.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you,
That was the
Barbara.
first hairless
Stop it. You're acting like a
hoo-ha
child.
I had ever seen.
They're coming for you.
I didn't know how to respond.
Look, there comes
I
one
think
of
I
them
told you
now.
guys, I like burned a hole in a tape.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
Johnny.
I mean, technically, Johnny was right. Awful spry for a zombie, isn't he? watch out for those white flags. That means it's just a grave. Either dug or about to be dug.
Day number 20.
Oh,
we have
no!
officially made it to our last stop on this amazing journey.
Are you
of
serious? They're
Welcome to Ball.
We go problems in the streets again, drowning.
Somebody's monetizing that content. I mean, technically, I am too. People in them old school zombies. I hate those commercials. The Hey Dude shoes. If I ever get a chance to meet the folks from Hey Dude shoes, I'm gonna beat the shit out of them because they're commercials. Like literally, I'm like, oh, Bobby, you only have 5 days here. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. Tell me about the shoes. Don't tell me about Bobby. I'm into Bobby. It's the skinny one on the right. Anybody else sick of those commercials? I'm sorry, I can't be the only one that hates those commercials. Well, these were the first zombies. As a matter of fact, I think that he was able to. I think you can't use the word zombie in a title without paying. Like he copyrighted zombie. Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta go get my beverage out of the refrigerator. Didn't actually put one in. All still here. Yeah, we're watching Night of the Living Dead. I think the storm is past as well. Return of Cuba. Classic. Go grab your popcorn. The kid and I watched movie night. We watched it. Oh, my daughter hadn't seen Lost Boys. We watched Lost Boys. Yeah, we watched Lost Boys the other night. That's what the daughter and I watched on Saturday night. On it, what? Oh, you're talking Mr. Morgan. How's he know she's there? Can you smell her? You can smell her. Well, I don't want to go too far. I don't want to be disgusting and repugnant. Plus, there's a lady present. I'm just saying, like, is it like animals? Like, maybe she's, you know. started only eating once a day, and I'm not gonna lie, I ate. Like, I get full so much faster now when I only eat once a day. It's her brains, not her snacks. Okay, I was just checking. Like animals can smell it. He's not a monkey. Kind of looks like a monkey. Guys, it dropped from like 80 to 75 that quick, and I'm perfectly fine. Michael Morgan, he's attracted to her personality. Did you hear the conversation between her and her brother? She ain't got no personality. This Return of the Living Dead makes a premise for the brains, but I don't think this one does. I don't think it does either. I think it was just flesh. Brains.
Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us.
I think it was just the human flesh, but I don't.
The pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out of here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
Once again, personality, she ain't got one.
I suppose you've tried this.
But
do you live here?
I don't. God, I haven't watched this in years. Last time I saw this was on VHS.
How's Sanchez looking?
With your QB's increased spin rate, any pass.
Jeez. We've got to get out of here.
I wish that.
We have to get where there's some other people.
God, I remember what you're talking about. The
food.
Jimmy Smits.
I'll see if I can find some food.
Jimmy Smits. He does look a lot like Jimmy Smits. Is it a lot quieter for you guys too with that fan off? See, this is what we could have done yesterday, but not with the black and white movie that was like 60 years old. If you guys had showed up, you could have watched a good movie.
What's happening?
Oh, you know what's happening.
What's happening?
Jimmy Smits was also in a made-for-TV Stephen King movie.
Two of them.
The Tommyknockers. He was in the Tommyknockers as well. That got a theatrical release as well.
There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I don't
know you're afraid, but we have
I don't know! What's happening?
Slap that bitch straight in the face. Slap her. Hit him. Hit him. Mike, in that situation, what would you do? I think I just told you I would slap the shit out of her to get her to shut the fuck up, and then I'd go outside and I would just start beating the dog tar out of zombies. Like this. So it sounds like you hit a zombie. I don't know if you knew that. I just realized that I was trying to do the big thing of showing like hitting the belt, and I had taken myself off the screen. How the fuck did it get in? Mike, what would you do in that situation? I'd leave that bitch to her own devices. She's obviously too dumb. Like, you don't have the survival instinct to keep your head on a swivel when you know there's things out there going to kill you. You deserve it. Like, you deserve whatever you get. I'd use that bitch like a hula popper on the lake, just like a circus bait, just like a buzz bait, making a bunch of noise, dragging them out. Follow that bitch. Actually, Dwayne, these ones are not slow. This is so loud. Is it really too loud? Is this really loud for you guys too? Or is it just for me?
I know we're in here now.
I don't know. Turn that bitch loose, let all the things follow her, you make your escape. Buzz bait. Surface bait.
Don't look at us.
Cast that bitch out and let them out. Oh, I don't know what to do. You're a fucking buffet, bitch. I saw Boo Radley out there. Poor Boo. That's another super good movie and book. That's my daughter. That's one of my daughter's favorite books. She read that book. She read To Kill a Mockingbird when she was like 6. Loved it. She got into reading really at a young age. I want to be buried in a clown suit. That way, if they ever have to exhume my body, whoever does it is like, what the fuck? I mean, like full makeup, the nose, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they accidentally dig up my body or have to dig up my body like 10 years later, I just want whoever opens that coffin to be like, what in the actual fuck? That's what I want.
Get some more lights on in this house.
I want one of them flailing arm man things with a sign with an arrow that says funeral. And I want one of my friends to dress up like the Grim Reaper and throw a bouquet of black flowers into the audience, you know, like at a wedding. Who's next? I want all those things. Oh, and I want like a closed coffin when you first come in and they're just playing Pop Goes the Weasel. Like the old Jack in the Box at increasing rate. While everyone just looks around nervously, like, what the fuck's going to happen? I want all those things.
Board, something about the fireplace, something we can nail this place up.
I don't want my funeral to be some stuffy bullshit. Like, oh, yeah, I want it to be fun and interesting. If you guys have seen and met me, you know that all these things are true. I want my funeral to be as
we have to try to board the
weird and off the wall as I am.
I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help.
No, you won't.
Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
Oh, I want a funeral. My father's funeral, I guarantee it was a blast. I know who was there. My father did not want a funeral to be sad. It was supposed to be a celebration of life. If you guys go and find it, I read my eulogy that I wrote for my father. I read it live online. I mean, it would lay out like the way I talk about my dad. Like if he had known that we were like mourning his death instead of celebrating his life, he would haunt us all for the rest of our lives. eulogy by Nick Shabazz. I think I'd have to get Nick on board with that. Problem is, Nick and I are like similar in age-ish. I don't want my funeral to be anything stuffy and over the top. I want it to just be fun. I want everybody to remember how much fun I set forth to have in my life. What's that? So I want to be buried with a cake, like in the coffin with you. Or... You guys ready for a little weirdness? I live in an area of Ohio. There are literally 2 counties where these are sold. There's only a couple places in the country, and they're all in 2 counties where these are sold. We have full top caskets. We buried my grandfather one. We buried my father one. It's an Appalachia thing, and it's literally limited to like just a handful of towns and cities in the entire country. The only reason they make them is for these 2 counties in Ohio and maybe one in West Virginia. It's just like a small little portion. I mean, all of us, they're full top coffins. I told my wife, I was like, you're going to have to bury me in Ohio because I want a full top casket. It's a family tradition. Have me dressed as a clown. I'm not joking. I want to be buried in clown suit. But here's the thing. I'm getting cremated anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this room looks pretty secure.
Big thing is I want my ashes sprinkled on the ocean. I want my
If we have to,
ashes
we can run in here and
sprinkled
board
in
up the
Ohio where
doors.
I grew up. And I want the rest of my ashes in Japan because those are the
Won't
3
be long for
places
this thing back
that I was
pounding their
ever
way in here. They're
happiest.
afraid now. They're afraid of fire. I found that out.
All right, Red Foreman. No, it's true that I definitely want, regardless of what I say about the casket and the clown thing,
You know, a place
I
right now
literally-
called Beekman's.
want those
Beekman's Diner.
3 things. I want to be buried. I want some of my ashes sprinkled in my hometown in Ohio and out where my dad grew up. I want some of my ashes
Yeah, that's
sprinkled
where I
in the
found that
ocean.
truck I
I
have
want
out
the
there.
rest of them sprinkled in Japan. It's just, like I said, the 3 places I've ever
There's a
been happy
radio
in
on
my
the
life
truck.
were those places. I love being on the ocean.
I jumped in to listen to it.
But the fact is, if I'm dead,
When a big gasoline truck came screaming
pretty
right
sure
across
I'm
the
not gonna
road.
have any.
But there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. Truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. Went right through the guardrail.
I forgot how bad this movie is. Killdozer was worse. I told my sister.
I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner.
I told my sister
It went
about
right
this
through the
Sunday thing.
billboard,
I was texting
ripped
her
over a
the
gas
other day.
pump, and never stopped moving. By now it's like a moving bonfire.
And I told her that like the movies I was playing, and she's like, they
Didn't know
better
the
pick
truck was going to
Piranha,
explode or what.
1978 Piranha. And I was like, they didn't. She's like, you should make them watch it.
Still here's the man screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me.
Somebody ate their faces.
That's when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. Wasn't a sign of life left, except
Can't chase a truck walking that slow.
by now there were no more screams. I realized that
In full BDSM attire.
I was alone. With 50
That would get some
60 of
questions
those
too, but
things
like,
just
I'm afraid the direction the
standing
world is
there,
going, that being buried
staring
in
at
full
me.
BDSM attire would not be as shocking
I started
as
to
you think
drive.
it is.
Just plowed right through them.
I hate the world.
They
Stop
didn't
this
move.
ride.
They didn't run or
Now I have to turn that fan.
just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery. John.
No, you weren't. You were walking in the cemetery.
We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny. And he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't have any. And oh, it's hot in here. Hot.
I don't know if you guys noticed. That bitch is crazy.
And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road.
They're coming. Yeah, we saw it.
He came slowly,
We saw
and
it.
Johnny kept teasing me and saying,
That's why I don't
"He's
read
coming to
audiobooks.
get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
Why don't you just keep calm?
And I looked up,
Why don't you just
And I
keep calm?
said,
She's pretty fucking calm.
and he grabbed me. He grabbed me,
Oh, I'm
and he
sorry.
ripped at me. He held me, and he
This
ripped at my
is the
clothes.
original Night
I
of the
think you
Living
should just
Dead.
calm down.
Oh,
Calm down, bitch.
Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me! And he
Back or she's
let
gonna
me
make a bunch of
go. He
noise.
ripped-
Fucking things are coming.
And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran.
She ball at the
And
in-laws.
Johnny didn't come.
I don't know if you heard me. We were watching Night of the Living Dead.
We have to wait for Johnny.
It's Johnny got his head.
We better go out and get him.
Johnny got his head stoved in.
We
He
have
ain't
to go
coming.
out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. Please! We have got to go get Johnny! Please help me! Please!
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone!
Your brother's dead.
No!
He's
My brother
toast.
is not
They
dead!
fucking ate him. Slap her.
Oh.
Slap her. There you go. Slap her back. I mean, I'm not into beating women. Sometimes. Did he punch her? Did he just like fucking knuckle up on that bitch like, I'm gonna sleep. I've had enough of your shit. That I'm not cool with. I think he figured that out. Thank you, Dong. Captain Obvious. Always state the obvious. You'll never be wrong. I'm having fun, guys. This is fun.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At
All
this hour, we
developments.
repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being
what? What?
So, at this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters.
No, the first one's Dwayne. The very beginning, they were definitely.
This hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation
They
is yet
definitely
underway.
were moving
Police,
quite rapidly.
sheriff deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem.
Goddamn, who's to light that fucking fire with?
And Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment.
You know,
that has not happened as yet.
I'm sitting here thinking,
Only
wait.
reporters have been able to get from official sources. It's for private citizens to stay in their
I don't think you're
homes.
supposed to
Do not
set the
venture
furniture
outside
on
for any
fire
reason until
while
the
you're
nature of
in
this
the
crisis has been
house.
determined, and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and
I'm sneaking
TV.
suspicion what he's
Special instructions
doing
as
is
this crisis
not a good
develops
idea.
Thousands of office and factory workers are being urged to stay at their places of
Yeah,
employment,
right?
not to
What
make
the
any
fuck,
attempt
dude?
to get to their homes. However,
gonna light
in
the
spite
house
of
on
this
fire.
urging and warning,
They lit
streets
it,
and
boys.
highways
They lit the
are
house.
with frantic
What
people
movie's that
trying to
from?
get their family or apparently to flee just anywhere. We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you
What the fuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, we just received word that the president has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour.
Bro, there's still a whole lot of window there.
There's
Lots of window
that
that you can still to get
in
through.
announcing this conference says there will be an official announcement as soon as possible following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C. now tells us that the emergency presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. The extent of this latest meeting.
Don't make s'mores with ham? Who the fuck makes s'mores with ham?
All radio and TV stations.
Tactical, I don't know what you do. I don't know.
You were listening. Have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it
Yeah,
develops.
we're watching
We urge
Night
you
of
to
the Living
stay
Dead.
tuned to radio and TV and to stay indoors at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom.
Because I was going to watch a movie anyway, and I thought I'd watch it with you guys because this
Schools
is
and
fun.
government buildings demanding shelter and protection from the wholesale murder, which apparently is engulfing much of the nation.
Why not stay in the building? Yeah, the creatures are trying to get in. And that dumb bitch is trying to get out. I don't know. Let me say show up if I remember.
Tell the people, for God's sake, to get off the streets. Tell them to go home and lock their doors and windows up tight.
Bro, you got like lighter fluid all over you. I don't know if I'd be lighting a cigarette.
So far, the only descriptions, the only clues anyone has of the killers come from frightened witnesses of some of the stories. These eyewitness accounts
Say what now?
describe the murderers as ordinary people, misshapen monsters, people who look like they're in a trance, and things that look like
Ooh, look, shoes.
Some eyewitnesses help seeing victims who look as though they had been
Fuck does this have anything to do with the rest of the movie?
story began developing 2 days ago with the report of the slaying of a family of 7.
The ending of this is like the saddest shit ever, too. For any of you who haven't seen it, I'm sorry. Guys, have you? I'm sorry, I know we're watching a movie, but have you guys seen the shit, the ads for that Demi Lovato UFO thing? So Demi Lovato came out as Now, I'm not trying to say that she's not, but she came out as trans because she was starting to lose a little bit of.
Similar killings have been
She
reported
just
around
wasn't
the Houston
relevant
and
anymore.
Galveston
She
area.
had to find a way to get back in the limelight.
Found a
Now
gun
she has
and
to
some
show that
bullets out
she's a
there.
UFO. She had an experience with a UFO, and I'm like, I don't believe a fucking word this bitch says. Dude, bitch, I don't know what it is now. As a matter of fact, I don't know. She's like transsexual now, so
This place is boarded up pretty solid now.
I can roll them dice. I'm not sure.
We gotta be all right here for a while.
I'm like
We have a gun and
I have a YouTube channel, but I am not one of
food
those
and radio.
like those people
Sooner or
that
later,
live on
someone
narcissism
bound
and
to come and get
dopamine
us out.
that has to be relevant and be in the news at all times. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Over.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
I found a
Look,
gun.
I don't know if you're hearing me, but I'm going upstairs now. If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there, and I'll be down to take care of it. Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Slap her again. Make
Civil
sure that
defense
she got you.
officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured.
Yeah, see, it wasn't the brains, Stacy. It wasn't brains. It was they were just eating people. You need UFO insurance. In other words, you're on your own. Government, that's the government's subtle way of saying you're fucked. You guys remember those two movies, Deep Impact and whatever the other one was, the really bad version? Deep Impact and Armageddon. Armageddon was the good one. Deep Impact was the bad one.
Consistent reports from witnesses to the affected
I don't
people
care
who
what
acted as
kind
though
of
they were in
ham
a
it
kind of
is.
trance
You don't
for
put ham
killing
on
and
s'mores.
eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in
Just
Cumberland
saying.
have concluded that
Who
in
puts
all
ham on
cases, the
s'mores?
killers
Fucking no one.
are eating the flesh of the people
Graham
they
cracker,
murdered.
chocolate,
Repeating
marshmallow.
this latest bulletin just
That's it.
received moments
3
ago from
ingredients.
Cumberland,
Campfire.
Maryland,
That's it.
civil defense authorities have told
No
newsmen
ham.
that murder victims
No.
show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. And so this incredible story becomes
don't put bacon
more
on
ghastly
s'mores
with each
either. My
report.
allergies
It's
so bad.
difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you. Reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this
If you
confused
put
situation.
ham on, it's not a
It is
s'more
happening.
anymore. It's
It would
something
appear
else.
that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
Pardon me.
Don't shoot. We're from town. A radio.
Yes, I am going. I thought we established. I thought we've talked about this before. Yes, I'm going to Blade Show West. I am going to be at the Artisan booth.
down there. I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How are we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there. We thought we could
Well, I
hear
mean, you
screams.
kind of
but
answered your own
For all we
question.
knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, if there were more, the racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Run, bitch, run!
You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All
I
right,
think I know
now
what you're
you
talking
tell me.
Logical.
I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, why don't we settle this? Look, mister, we came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Partially defiled.
All the few spots upstairs.
You know what?
You're
Very, very good.
insane. The
I've
cellar's
got
the
to
safest place.
Run in and
Telling you
grab
they can't get
some
in here.
allergy
And I'm
medicine. I don't
telling
know
you,
what
those
to
things
say.
turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood? His wife and kids downstairs. Kids hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
It's like a clubhouse. We can fix it up and do all kinds of stuff. Oh, wait.
You got a million windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you
I think
those things
he's
don't have any
exaggerating.
strength.
I
I
don't
smashed
think
3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Jesus.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look,
He has a good point.
the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we never know where they were going to hit us next. You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for. We can get out of here if we have to. We've got windows
Well,
to see
every
what's
time I
going
read
on
that, it makes me
outside.
kind of want to giggle.
But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place. The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right.
Partially devoured.
You know how many's out there?
Main protagonist film is the man everyone else he meets just whines and
You
gets
two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Wow,
Now, wait
you
a minute.
enjoy your
No, I'm
cellar.
not going to wait. I've made my decision, now you make yours. Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to.
If I was
And
the
if we do
black
decide to
dude,
stay
I'd be
down there,
like,
we'll
look,
need some things
motherfucker,
from up
I'm
here.
the one with the
So
goddamn
let's
gun.
at least consider this a while.
How about we think about that for a second?
You box yourself in the cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
There's more than there were. There are a lot out back, too.
You know, I have my share of baldness, but I can wake up and thank God that it's not that particular kind of baldness. I'm getting pretty thin on top, boys. I ain't gonna lie. We've reached a point where, like, I don't take my hat off ever. Ever. My wife and kid don't even see me without a hat. I gotcha. I knew what you're talking about. Oh dear. He shoots at him and it didn't do nothing.
Harry?
It's all right.
Harry, what's happening?
It's all right.
Why are you wasting bullets? Go for the fleshy lobe at the top of the neck. That's what we do from now on. There. Oh my goodness, there's a lot. Is she naked? There's a naked chick. I don't think she's really naked. I think they showed her butt because I don't think in 1967-ish. You know, somebody mentioned something like, who dressed these people before they buried them?
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be at every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in that damn cellar. Get out of here!
I'm taking the girl with me.
Leave her here. Keep your hands up here. And everything else is up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
I love this
But-
dude.
but
No
listen,
beating
I got a
around the
kid
bush.
down there.
Make up your fucking mind. I got the gun.
I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid. That old man is so stupid. Now, get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You bastards. You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it. Mr. Cooper, with your help, we can... With my help?
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
I have a sneaking suspicion that there's going to be a problem.
Judy, come on up here, honey.
All right, logical. You take it easy.
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh? Sorry, honey. Go ahead.
I don't remember watching this before, but I don't like that guy.
Hey, we stick together,
I
man.
don't remember
We can
feeling
fix it up real
so
good.
strongly about not liking the
There's
ball.
lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper, we'd all be a lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
All right, Stacy, you take it easy. Stacy's bouncing. I don't know how much time
He's
he's
wrong,
got
you know.
left.
I'm not boxing myself in down there.
On the air day and night.
We're about halfway done. We don't have to watch all this if you guys don't
Safe
want to.
now. Boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them. There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard you screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, there.
Okay. God, that dude's. Can you imagine being that dude's wife? Like
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is.
I can't
Feels warm.
imagine being that
Maybe
dude's
it's
coworker, let alone.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them. Too many ways those monsters can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
I think she just realized she's like, my husband.
Does anyone up there
Is
know why
cock.
we're being attacked?
Whatever it is, it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere.
Everywhere.
The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at
I
least
don't
some
think
kind of
cabbage is
communication.
the opposite of
If the
tomato, but
authorities
I
know
got
what's
where
happening,
I
will
got
they'll
what you
send
said. I got
people
where you,
for us so they tell us what to do.
I had a bunch
How are we
yesterday.
going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in
Lettuce,
the dungeon?
cabbage. Lettuce is like tomato is not the opposite of lettuce. I don't think tomato has an opposite. But I know what you meant.
We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything. Those people aren't our enemies.
Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, there's on the television set upstairs.
Let's go up. Tom,
Yeah.
Can't hear what you say.
if Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away.
I can't remember. I think the kid got pew talk is not allowed.
I have to.
Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down there and us up here.
You're absolutely right.
Do this for me.
Okay.
Okay, open up.
Look at the champagne. Look at the champagne of the yeast and barley pop. I even have a thing of ice that I can set it down in as if it was a bottle of champagne.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
haven't seen this since I was a kid. I hadn't either. Like, I saw it was so.
Why don't you go upstairs?
Typically, we can't watch stuff like this on YouTube, but because it is public domain, along with a handful of other old movies, we can watch them. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to do another Sunday movie day, and I'm definitely not doing it this coming Sunday. But I will do another one. But if you guys say you want to watch a movie, you better start showing up. Because it is fun. Murky and I had a blast.
My brother was killed.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
Oh, the high life. Gotta get the big ones. 2 of these, and then I go to bed. Do you not drink, Walt? God, I love this knife so much, guys. Cheers. I'm about to take a puff. You go ahead. I
Don't
would.
be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper,
I've got stuff.
Harry's
to do.
wife.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here.
I don't think it's a million, Mr.
Give me one of
Cooper.
those.
Her brother was killed.
God, that dude's a dick.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
First, he complains that the
Why
windows are
don't
not
you
secure.
do something to help
Then he
somebody?
complains that he can't fucking see out of them. I don't know if he really knows what he wants. in a
Go
window.
ahead. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's a socket over here.
Carbs and family history.
You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do?
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on. There's no sound.
What a dick.
Play with the rabbit here.
It reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this?
Shut up.
In all parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. And medical examinations
guy in the
of
background,
some
like,
of the victims
I don't know
bore
what
out
to
the
do.
fact that they had been partially devoured.
Once again,
I think we
someone
have some
said
late
it.
word
Partially
just
devoured
arriving,
is a contradiction in
and
terms.
I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact.
Dwayne K. Is that an
When this
airplane
emergency
reference?
first began, radio and
I believe that's
television
an
were
airplane
advising people to
reference.
stay
Take a
inside,
bad day to quit
behind locked
smoking.
doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed. We're able to report a definite course of action for you.
I'm pretty sure that was an airplane
Civil defense
reference.
machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your
I
way
have a
to
drinking
that
problem.
location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. We can get some gas. We can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Emergency meeting called this afternoon by the president. Since convening this conference of the presidential cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of
Now I
Staff,
wanna watch
the
Airplane.
CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those
Oh, he
questions.
did punch that
move
bitch.
is try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump? Look,
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes.
There was an
yes, that was the,
explosion of a
subject
Venus
the meeting.
I
probe.
feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon.
Somebody's going to get sued.
A definite connection. In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to
Inconceivable.
cause
I don't
these
think that
mutations.
word
There was a
means what
very
you think
high
it means.
degree of radiation.
Just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been
only logical
explanation
that we
have at this time.
In other words, it is a military viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the
That's-
entire military at this time.
Like she was
gentlemen.
out, and I couldn't remember if he just
Disagree
slapped
with
her and
these
she
gentlemen.
passed
Presently,
out,
until
or if he punched
until
her.
this
But
is
obviously,
irrefutably proved.
Everything is being done that can be done.
We'll
Let's
have to
Dr.
hurry
Fauci.
for our next meeting.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Professor, you feel that there is a
Sorry, that was
definite
wrong. I
connection
should
between
just
that
kept my mouth shut.
connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was
bad.
exploded, unusual amount of radiation enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances?
Could have happened.
Have a very
Women carry knives.
It does
How
seem
are
to have
you,
a bearing.
ma'am?
Will
We're
there be
watching Night of the Living Dead and drinking beer.
Later. There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon.
Felt like doing something goofy.
There will be a report
Just
this
gotta see.
afternoon.
Perhaps there will be
Yes,
a report.
yes.
A later report. Will you close the window?
We have everything
You close the window. If you close the window, stop
We
talking
have
to
to try to
them.
get out
Stop
of
giving
here.
them
He
information.
said the
They don't want.
rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get care in there, we can get help for her.
Barbeau is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
Any moment.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy
Which
had a
lake?
radio, and we
Seneca
heard the first
or Salt
reports
Fork?
about
Because
this.
they're in Cumberland,
So we knew the
Ohio.
old house was here, and we
Southside
came in,
Cambridge.
found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
how could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know,
Hey,
has
what's
been
up, Walt?
working very hard to find some solution to these things that are happening. Do you have any answers at this time?
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me stress the importance of seeking medical
Yeah, so
attention
Cumberland,
for
where
anyone
this was
who's been
filmed,
injured in any way.
is out
We
where my
don't know
dad
yet,
grew up. It's a
what
village in
complications
Ohio.
might
It's in
result
Guernsey
from such
County, just
How
outside.
bad has your
Cambridge.
kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic
Um,
Look, you go down there and tell, Judy, yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
In the cold room at the
He hits the mom's
university,
face.
we
or
had a
some shit.
cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
So, at the Brady Recreation Center or the Recreation Center? I don't know what that was.
I don't understand. Baby. It's Mommy.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
Mommy,
The
I'm
body should be
hungry.
disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
Well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any
No,
arrangements.
you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned.
Burned.
They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and
Like,
burn
really
them.
fast. Quick, fast.
The
and in a hurry.
bereaved will have
Hot,
to forego
quick, like a
the
bunny.
dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars to make Molotov cocktails and hold them out while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. Or maybe a key to the gas pump on it.
Oh, now you fucking tell us about a
We
goddamn
can
key
toss
ring,
some
you fucking
cocktails from the
dickhead.
window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
I would
But
push
then leave the
right
door
in
open
dick sucker.
someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to
They've
the
been talking
truck.
about the fuel pump.
Before we go out, we'll put some
For
supplies
hours.
behind the cellar door.
Literally.
While we're gone, the rest of you can hold
Their
up in
time.
there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar.
And he
There's
just
a
brings
key
up
on
his
here that's
key ring
labeled for the
face.
gas pump out back.
Man.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it then. You and I will go. We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this
Unless
door.
those guys are like
There's no room to board
5'3".
that because we'll have to get back in quickly.
They're all like Nico size. They're all
After we
like
get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck.
I got heartburn.
Now let's move it.
My one meal of the day today was kind of spicy.
Indications are that before this emergency is over, we will need many, many more such rescue stations.
Don't play with scissors.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time? How many do you have done? Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
This is some of the worst acting
I know.
ever.
Tom? Are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What, about getting out of here?
Yeah.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do.
Oh yeah,
We've got
bitch!
to
I
get
do this
to a
every
rescue
weekend. I
station.
know exactly what we're doing.
I don't know.
Don't worry
Come on,
about a
honey, You're
thing.
starting to sound like
This
Mr.
is
Cooper
every
now.
Tuesday thing.
Why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe in here.
For how long, honey?
No, you're
We're
not.
safe now. But there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know. I know all that.
Hey, listen. Remember when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
Just got a deposit notification. I don't know what it was for.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
Hey, Smiley. Where's that big smile for me?
Sorry, I'm doing two things at once here.
Boy, you're just showing no use at all, are you? We've got work to do. Honey. And you.
We better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while until we get back. Then we can all leave.
Oh, like to leave. Yes.
She probably never had a budding romance with a fellow with no sleeves. I was thinking, no leaves. What? I remember a comedian, and I can't remember who it was. He was talking, man, you know what? He's like, I had a leather vest. I had a leather jacket, and it was cool. And then I got a leather vest. And I realized one thing. Sleeves make shit cool. That was Mitch Hedberg. That's who it was. Holy crap, I've got paid a lot. Scoring a lot of overtime. It's just been called a lot of overtime because they're shorthanded, and we can use it because this is how I make money now on YouTube. I mean, I can't say too much about it. Drinking beer and watching movies with you guys. I don't make very much money on these live feeds, to tell you the truth.
You ready upstairs? Yeah. Okay, Casa.
Mitch Hebert. I used to do drugs. I still do drugs, but I used to as well. Why would you throw it right in front of them? You know that they're going to get the truck. You almost threw it on the truck, you fucking idiot. I want to punch that dude. I want to punch him right in the dick sucker. Watch where you're throwing that shit, you moron. I like Mitch Hebert's joke about the T-ski. He goes, what was that thing? It's like, I wrote T-ski. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, I want to go throw like 1,000 tea bags in a lake. And I go back the next day and ski. It'll be a T-ski. And I was like, what the fuck?
I'm going with you.
Get back in the cellar. No, it's too late.
Uh-oh, it's too late, bitch.
Where's you coming? Come on. Get in.
It burns. When I pee. No, I don't mean. Never mind. Sorry, my bad. I ain't gonna lie, I dealt with that a couple times. I had to deal with them hot peas a couple times. So I was a philanderer. I didn't know what you want from me. When I was single and had girlfriends, I definitely I would philander. Well, the bitches, I cheated with a girlfriend every day of the week. Wife, go to hell for that shit. Girlfriend, I didn't swear to vows on the lake. I think he's about to fuck him. That's a very clear indicator, that face, that somebody's about to fuck somebody else.
Come on. This key won't work. What's it?
Why didn't you think of that shit sooner? If you had a gun, why didn't you go, oh, how'd I know that was gonna fucking happen?
You gotta get away from the pump. Hang on. Now, turn your first and get out of the truck.
As somebody in the military, I can tell you that the levels of incompetence that are currently occurring are absolutely fucking unacceptable. I want to knife you in the fucking screen right now.
Come on. I think it's good.
Yep. He's like, oh, damn. Shit! I didn't see that shit coming. Told you. That's the look of a dude that's about to fuck everybody. He's gonna try and keep that dude from coming back and hurt. The head. Aim for the head, Skippy. So frustrating. And use the fucking pump. Spray the motherfuckers. lack of forethought and preparation that's going on right now. I give up. Guys, I don't think there's going to be a live feed Wednesday. I meant to tell you that earlier. I don't think I'm going to do one Wednesday. Too much shit to do to get ready to do the show. He almost fucked him. I saw it. There you go. Punch him. Right in the dick sucker. Give him another one. Give him one for me.
I'll drag you out there and feed you those things.
Good thing we had that extra door. No, Dr. Phil. They don't. Apparently, they like their steak rare because they're not eating. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. Yeah. Stacy had said that she thought that this is where the brains thing came from. This is before the brains thing. They just partially devour, which, as someone brought up, is a misnomer. Tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken. You know how you know that everything tastes like chicken? Because fucking vegans can make tofu taste just like chicken. I don't like chicken. Like chicken, if it had tried, it could have been squirrel.
Isn't it 3 o'clock yet? There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes?
Oh.
We don't have very long to wait. We can
Look,
leave.
Susie Psychopath woke up. Good morning.
We better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know.
I don't know. I took a Valium.
Just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You said those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You're gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
Oh, great.
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You're gonna turn it over by yourself?
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
Oh, it's a slinky. It's like a slinky. Look at it, guys. It's so much fun. Sorry.
Good Lord.
My bad. I apologize. That was uncalled for. That's all I could think.
Being monitored closely by scientists at all the radiation
Everybody
detection
wants a
stations.
slinky.
At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation
Have
remains,
you guys ever
government
actually...
spokesman warned that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls.
Okay.
All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls. This one conducted
How
by
come they don't
Sheriff
eat each
Hunter
other?
McClellan in Butler County,
That's just what
Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation,
They didn't even call them
the plan
zombies
is
back then, did they?
kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
What do you think from the supply wagon, Gus? No, we're all right. Hey, Cass, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again.
Put that thing all the way in the fire.
How's everything going? Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good. You want to get on the other side of the road over there?
Chief, do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there. There wasn't no. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down.
Beat them off? You sick fuck.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Beat them off.
Well, there's no
Yeah,
problem. If you have
apparently
a
just
gun,
beat
shoot
'em
them
off.
in the head.
That's
That's
how
a
you-
sure way to kill them. If you don't get yourself a club or a torch, beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you
Chief
get the situation
McClellan
under control?
Is
Well, that's
champagne.
pretty hard to say. We don't
Beat
know
'em
how
off.
many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they
Beat 'em
slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardell.
I have something to ask you guys about the
TV 11
slinky.
News.
Have any of you
Thank you,
guys
Bill, for
ever
that
used a
report.
slinky? What a
Official
slinky was
spokesman
designed for,
declined
to
to
go
speculate
downstairs.
just how long it may take to kill off.
I've never had a
flesh
slinky
eaters.
that would actually go
As long as the
downstairs.
heavy
You
rain-
just didn't have to ride stairs. This is about the only fucking thing you can do with a slinky.
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
It's like
I
a
don't know.
shitty spring. I've never been able to have a slinky do what you would
Isn't the
expect it
fuse?
to on steps. So it goes
Power
shoot,
lines are
shoot,
down.
and you're like, oh wow, that was anticlimactic. This is the
Ellen,
worst fucking toy ever.
I
Who
have to
buys
get that
people
gun.
slinkies? And then the miniature slinkies,
Haven't you had
they don't
enough?
work at all. They just fall over.
2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window, Plunkett.
They figured out how to use a rock. Guys, I have to go get my allergy medicine. I will be right back. You continue to watch this. Enjoy yourselves. Walks downstairs alone in her pairs. It's slinky. It's a waste of your parents' money. You bought it, and then you did this shit with it till it got twisted, and then you threw the fucking thing away and you left it out in the rain and it rusted. So it was.
Get over here, man! Come on!
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get the cellar. Get the cellar now. Move!
Sorry, I'm back. It took me a little bit to find the shit. Did anyone get beat off while I was gone? Just asking. Besides Walt, he probably did it himself.
Karen?
Wait, did the dad die?
Oh, baby.
Did the dad die? Did they finally get that dickhead? It's like an 8-year-old kid with a limp and a trowel. I can't remember what happened. You don't have to tell me. I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. Were they fighting over the gun and you shot him? I don't know. That's usually what happens. Johnny. Johnny, yes. He's got the keys. Get the keys first. Yeah, it's got like 10 minutes. Got little bits in the head for something. Oh, now you've locked yourself in the basement with 2 other dead people. This is exactly where you told the original guy you didn't want to be. I mean, spicy dead people. Better shoot them both in the fucking head. 10 o'clock on a Monday night, my time, because I'm still watching a goofy black and white shitty movie. I like how he disliked the husband enough that he shot him like 3 times. I'm like, fuck that dude. It's got to be the only benefit to it. You got to shoot somebody he didn't like a total of 4 times. Pardon. You know, I know where this is at in Ohio, where Cumberland, Ohio is, in Ramsey County. There's more dead people there than there are people in the entire town. Like, I'm trying to figure out where all these dead people came from. They're talking like newly deceased. There's not enough people in that town. Like, if there were that many newly deceased, Cumberland, Ohio would not exist. Oh, this is sad. I remember this. The end. I forgot. I didn't really. God, that is an old movie. It's like the 3rd helicopter ever made.
Hey, Vince, Al, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. You go here, Bill.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the car?
One of the volunteers, you're doing all the work, you take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard.
3 or 4 more hours.
Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
They'll go and check in the office, see what's happening. All
Not
right,
making
Steve,
fun
tell
of
them
it.
we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
Is that an old bell? So, you know, just playing devil's advocate here. The bald dude was right about the basement. Just throwing it out. Just saying. I'm not just saying. I'm not saying. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like him. He was a complete fucking cock. But the fact is, I'm pretty sure he was right.
Some of these guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house.
No, those are German
Somebody had a cook out here, Vince. Yeah, sure looks like it, Tom.
I just stayed in the fucking basement.
He's the dead one. Get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire?
Built a fire. They lit it, boys. They lit the house. What movie is that? I asked that earlier.
You
No one answered.
drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here. All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house. There's something there. I heard a noise. All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
It's a shotgun.
Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him.
Okay,
That's
he's
another
dead.
one
Let's
for the
go.
fire.
Burn the house. Once again. Zach, you missed it again. Did you put out the link that I told you for Sunday? Because I was really upset. No one showed up. Like, I was mad. I don't do movie night on here very often.
All right, send the wagon through directly ahead. Over.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
Keep those dogs back off of those things.
End of the movie. So 2 hours and 36 minutes. That was completely unproductive. And all it was just movie night. Zach, we only got a couple days. Guess what? Now, Zach, you haven't heard this yet. Guess who is riding to Blade's show with me? Guess who's going to Blade's show with me? It's going to be fun. I'm hoping that we can film some stuff on the way. Take a wild guess. Ooh, I almost kicked the bell over. Take a wild guess who's going to ride the Blade Show West with me. I give 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count. Frankly? I don't know who Frankly is. Frankly who? Who's Frankly? I'm still stuck on that whole Slinky thing. Like, why is the Slinky a toy? They don't do it all what you would expect it to. And what? Nope. Why do they make the little itty bitty ones? Phil? Who's Phil? Phil Dirt and the Dozers? I'm old. You guys are all wrong. I don't even know who Phil is. Who's Phil? Phil Frankly? Frankly Phil? I don't know who that is. And well, why would Neves ride with me when he could just fly straight to LA? That makes very little sense for him to fly here and then have to ride up with me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's exactly who it is. That's exactly who's riding with me. Mr. Phil Harmonic. I forgot about that. I forgot that was his name at USN that time. Nice one. I got you. I forgot about that. Yes, that's who's riding with me. Mr. The Shabazz, the mystery. What was it? The riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. That's Nick Shabazz. For the company? No, it just makes sense because I don't know what his plan was. I don't know if he doesn't have a vehicle or what, but he was like, that beats taking an Uber to the train station and then taking an Uber to the hotel. He's like, that makes so much more sense. And I'm like, why don't you have a fucking car? And trains in California are garbage. Why would you do that to yourself? Like, it's like, let's travel with the homeless. And these people, why are there so many homeless people on this train? Oh, they live here. Gotcha. It's a fucking traveling homeless shelter. Like he said it, like, and I was like you're seriously, we're gonna take an Uber to the train station and take a train to Long Beach. And I was like, Nick, I've met you in person. Like, you're gonna get You're going to get accosted and possibly sexually violated on that train. I use public transit in a major metropolitan area to another even worse major metropolitan area in California. That's like, you're very, very much a fucking urbanite. You're very much not meant for public transit in big cities. You're meant for do the ride share stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Maybe I'll get him to film some stuff, but the fact is he has to ride in my car, which I don't have the cleanest conveyance around. I have to take a ladder. I have to figure out how to put my little giant ladder in the car and stuff. Oh yeah, we definitely had some lightning storms. We had good, but it's raining right now. Like, I was just in the house. It was raining fairly hard when I went in to get my allergy medicine. And then realized that I had spicy dill pickle almonds, and I'm like, oh, hey, let me take those out with me to go along with my beverage of choice, which is the commie-free. Yeah, we definitely had. There's some crazy photos of it on IG. Yeah, I mean, when there's thunderstorms here in San Diego, people just kind of lose their minds. And I'm like, back home in Ohio, I'm like, that shit happens all the time. You know how much time I probably spent a good year of my life in a cellar because of fucking thunderstorm and well, not thunderstorms, but tornado warnings and tornado warnings where I live. I spent probably a good year of my life in a basement. I was informed that Caltrans was not intended to be used. I don't know what Caltrans's issue is. Like, I swear to God, like I got on a bus. My car was broke down. I rode the bus to work 2 days, and both days I showed up at work and I was like, why do I smell like vomit? I was like, oh, that's right. The homeless people live on the buses. It's a rolling homeless shelter. The cops, you don't even have to have a ticket. You just get on. Very rarely does anyone question your transit pass for the 1-day pass, stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I've taken my kid on the trolley, and I'm like, I'm the only person that bought a fucking ticket. I swear to God that me, my wife, and kid were the only people that paid to use that service. And then every once in a while, they'll check your ticket. You know, there'll be somebody coming on, like, oh, it's a cop. And they never once checked us. They were like, oh, look, fucking white dude, Japanese chick, and fucking kid. They bought their tickets. No one else got their I was like, why the fuck did I even buy a ticket? No one buys a ticket on this it's a rolling homeless shelter. And what's the worst if they catch you that you didn't do it? Oh, you get a free stay in jail overnight. I'm like, so silly. I don't get it. California is what's wrong with the entire world. You want to know where all the shit that fucks up everything in the United States comes from? Here. Everything that can screw up anything in the United States, it was born here, and it just kind of migrated east. Like, the whole world migrates west. It just always seems to be that thing, like the East Coast to the West. That was the whole United States. Everything bad in the world seems to migrate the opposite direction. Free jail. I'm not gonna lie, I spent enough time in the drunk cell. You guys want a story? I used to go out. I'm not gonna lie, I spent so many years just drunk. And I don't mean like average drunk. I mean like bad drunk. Like, you're talking to a guy that was known to go out on a Tuesday and drink a 12-pack of beer and a bottle of Jameson's and go to work the next day. That was just like a Tuesday for me. And so I was on what you call shore patrol, and so you're out in your uniform, and you're the guy that's watching out for problem drunks that are out, and you're gonna send them back home and get them in a taxi and all that stuff, or call the cops and have them pick them up. for sailors, and it helps. It's basically, it augments the Japanese police. That way you can catch them before the Japanese police do, and the Japanese police don't have to do the whole SOFA thing, which is status of forces agreement, so that they don't have to turn them into, to the base. And so basically we're out there one night. And so we'd been out all night. It's like 3:00 in the morning on a Friday night. The shore patrol was usually, it was 7 days a week because sailors go out drinking every night. So it's like 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning. On like a Saturday, and I just wanted to go back because I had duty, which meant that I had to get up the next morning at 6 a.m. and clean. And so like 3 a.m. is coming up, and they're like, oh yeah, we're calling in shore patrol, and they're like, everybody get in the van, and we get in the paddy wagon, and it had wood seats, and we're in our whites, and whites were polyester pants, and they're really slippery, and so we're sitting on these things, and there's this guy out there that was senior shore patrol. He was a senior chief. So he's in E9. And at the time I was in E5. And most of my friends from my first ship still were on shore duty, but they worked at security, and they had just basically transferred because we all stayed in the same geographic location at that time. That's just how the Navy worked. Like, they sent you to Japan, they kept you there as long as they could because it was cheaper. And so we're in this paddy wagon, and this senior chief's like, wow, he was a geek. Like, he was like probably like IT guy or maybe in electronic warfare. And the seats of this paddy wagon were wood, and they were really slippery and had been worn shiny and slick by the asses of numerous drunk sailors. And so this senior chief was like, wow, it's kind of hard to stay on your seat in this. I know it's slippery. And I was like, senior chief, just try riding in this thing with your hands cuffed behind your back in a puddle of your own vomit. And he looked at me, and all of a sudden the slider window in the paddy wagon opened. He goes, is that Emler back there? And I was like, yeah, Bird, what's up? And he goes, yeah, fucking senior chief was like, what? And he goes, oh yeah, this is Emler's personal taxi. He's like, we've fucking given him a ride so many times. Yeah, you should try it. You should try it with your hands cuffed behind your back in a puddle of your own vomit, senior chief. Bird was like, hey, Emler, what's up, man? They used to actually pick me up in a paddy wagon and take me all the way to my house, which was completely against the rules. Unless I was so drunk that they thought it was a health issue that they needed to observe me to make sure I didn't like Jimi Hendrix and vomit straight up and choke to death on it. That was like, I'm not going to lie. From the time I was, because the legal drinking age, when I got to Japan, I got there, I had just turned 18. I walked to the base bar, which was also where you could get food. And I saw a sign on the door that says no alcohol consumption under the age of 17 or under the age of 19 without military ID. And I'm like, I just turned 18. And I walked in, I was like, can I get a beer? And they were like, Mr. Your ID. And they were like, oh, military ID? Yeah, cool, here. They didn't care. Like, if you were 17, which that's how old I was when I joined the military. I was 18 when I made it to Japan. 17 years old. You walk in, if you had military ID, valid military ID, I gave you a beer. I'm like, I love this place. And so there was a cop back home. There's a cop back home that always wanted to catch me drinking. He's like, I'm going to catch you underage drinking. I'm going to bust you. I'm going to fuck up your life. And I'm like, okay. So I got drunk one night at the base club, and I paid to call from Japan to Ohio. And I called my father's coworker at home. I was like, hey, man, I'm shithouse drunk. Are you going to come bust me? And he goes, goddamn right I am. Where the fuck are you at, you piece of shit? I'm going to fuck. I love your dad, but I'll fucking ruin your life. And I'm like, I'm in Sasebo, Japan, dickhead. Get on a boat. I was a fucking piece of shit. I was horrible. I can tell you another story since there's still 17 of you guys here. So my cousin got put on restriction. My cousin and I were on our first ship together. My cousin got put on restriction. My cousin Chad. Chad got put on restriction. And the night that he was supposed to get off restriction, he was going to get off restriction the next day. And I'm like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get everything set up. And I told all the bartenders, I was like, Chad gets off restriction today. He can come back out. He's going to be out tomorrow. And I was like, just like any free drinks that you can give him would be great. I'm going to drag him around to all the bars because he got off restriction at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then he got like, he was free. He wasn't stuck. And restriction was like being in jail for like 30 days. You weren't allowed to leave the ship. And so I went out drinking, and I'm going to all these bars, and nice, Dwayne. Dwayne won one of the very rare Cold Steel triple actions. And so anyway, so Chad, I went out to tell all these bartenders, Chad's coming out. I'm going to drag him around tomorrow night. He got off on a Saturday morning too, which was perfect. So Friday night, I'm going around all these bars. I'm like, I'm going to bring Chad by. You guys haven't seen him in a freaking month, you know, in actually it was 90 days. He got 90 days restriction. And so at any rate, he hadn't been off the ship. No one had seen him for fucking 90 days. And so I go to all these bars, and as I'm going to all these bars and I'm telling all the bartenders like, hey, Chad's getting, and I'm drinking, and I get shitty drunk. And I'm at this last bar. I'm like at one of the last bars. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I am wrecked. And there's this beautiful, beautiful Japanese chick. And I thought she looked familiar, and I just couldn't figure out couldn't place where I knew her from. And she starts hitting on me, and we're talking, and she's like, she grabs me on an arm, and I'm like, well, I'll see you tonight or tomorrow when Chad comes out. And I'm fucking leaving with this girl. We get in a taxi, and I go to this girl's house, and we had sex and like several times. And I wake up the next morning, and it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe 8:30. And I'm like, God, it's fucking early. And I was like, oh, well, that's all right. I got to get back to the apartment and get everything ready, you know, because Chad's coming. Chad gets off restriction day. It's going to be a thing. We're going to try and get him drunk and get him right back in trouble. And I wake up, and I'm looking around this apartment. I was like, hey, Chad's got one of those. Chad's got one of those. That definitely is Chad's. And I pull up the sheet, and I look, and there's Chad's girlfriend. I'm like, yep, Chad's got one of those too. And I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I just screwed my cousin's girlfriend. And so I get out, and I'm like grabbing clothes, and I get down, I go down the steps, and Chad's getting out of a taxi at his apartment. And I'm like, oh no. And so I hid around the back of a pillar. Chad comes in. The guy is doing some stuff in the taxi. I got right back in the taxi that Chad got out of and went to my apartment that Chad technically Chad lived there. He was kind of just staying with his girlfriend at the time. And I never told him. She never told him. Well, she told him. Well, I found out later. So at any rate, like 6 months later, they break up. And I was like, well, you know, it's kind of a good thing because I'm pretty sure she's cheating on you. He was like, oh yeah, how'd you know that? And I was like, you remember the night that the night before you got off restriction, and I told you I was gonna go out and tell all the bartenders you come and see if I can get you some free drinks. He goes, and I was like, well, that night, and he hit me just right then. He's like, pow, and I'm like, what did you hit me for? And he's like, that's not for sleeping with her. That's for not fucking telling me. I was like, oh my God. He's like, she was cheating on me for months and I didn't fucking know. And I was like, he's like, you could have easily saved me. I'm like, ow. I'm pretty sure you cracked the tooth. And he goes, yeah, you fucking earned it. And then we got really drunk, which is a running thing with me and Chad. That's just Navy. That's Navy guys right there. That's, if you want the epitome of Navy guys, early 90s, overseas, those two stories that just tie into each other. Yeah. That's just the way it was. It was a fucking blast. It was the best time of my life. Honestly, the best time of my life was the early 90s being in the Navy. From 92 to about 2000. That's when the Navy stopped being fun. Like they sucked all the fun out of it. It was like they sucked all the fun right out our rectums. Wrecked them. Damn near killed them. So guys, I'm going to get off of here. It's been 2 hours and 55 minutes. I'm pretty sure my wife would like to do the laundry. That she stuck her head out here and she's like, are you still alive? And I'm like, uh-huh. She's like, I'll do laundry in a bit. So I'm going to get off of here. I'm probably not doing a live feed on Wednesday. Not because people aren't dropping super chats. That has nothing to do with it. I don't want you guys to think it's like a dark side Phil thing. I have to leave Thursday morning. I want to make sure the car is cleaned up. I don't want Nick Shabazz to have to ride in a dirty vehicle. My wife and kid can ride in a dirty vehicle all I want, but I definitely want to clean the car up a little bit before Nick comes, and I've got to get everything organized and ready, and I have got to shoot some videos. But like I said, there's a good chance that there may be a gap in content, because if I'm at the show on Thursday, I might do a video Thursday from the hotel, but Thursday I'm there, Friday I'm there, Saturday I'm there, I'm leaving Sunday. I'm not going to have much time to edit, because the fact is, this is like a big family get together. Zach knows. I'll see you Thursday, Zach, if you get there Thursday. Like Zach knows, it's like a family get together. Everybody hangs out. There's people I'm going to want to see, which means that I don't want to be a slave to going from the show to the room to do an edit. I'm not doing that. I might do like I did the one year where I edited things intoxicated, which never comes out good, but I may. Who knows? What are we talking about? Which knife are you talking about? This? What steel is that? A OS 8? This is not OS 8. This is N690. Are you talking about the Grazioso? Not sure which knife you're talking about. Latanta. I don't. Oh no. Okay, so those are in not OS 8. Those, yours wasn't marked, but they're all in VG1 steel. It was Cold Steel's equivalent to the, I'm sorry, forgive me, I've had half a gallon of beer. It was their equivalent to VG10. It's a really good steel. I always liked it. I cleaned it up really good. I kind of touched up the serrations. If you need me to, I can touch up the serrations again. I have the actual ceramic that is set to the Cold Steel serrations. It was a gift from someone, but yeah, it's in VG1, which is, it was their answer. It was Cold Steel's answer to VG10, which both of them are good steels. So we'll stay live till I finish my beverage. Got a hiccup there. Oh, it's sharp. I know. I touched them up. I touched everything up on it. I don't send out giveaways that are wrecked. So that's why I'm going to sharp. Oh, shit. I have to film a video tomorrow, because guess what I haven't done yet? I have not done the giveaway announcement for the paying members for the month of October, which is that great big SOG. I got to do that tomorrow. That's going to be a video content for this week. So that's probably going to be Thursday's video. Sorry, it's going to be a quick one. It's just going to be an announcement. Sorry. Any updates on a mountain? Oh, you missed that. You weren't here for that. This neighbor came over to the house, was ringing the doorbell like fucking 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and I can hear the doorbell, and his dogs are just going ape shit. And I mean, like we share the garage wall. If I knock on my garage door, on my garage wall, he can hear it in his garage. And he's ringing my doorbell. He's like, "You have a boomstick, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you come over? There's a mountain lion in my yard." And he's like, and it's like in the corner, but it hasn't done anything yet, but I'm afraid it's going to attack my German Shepherds. He's like, "I've got him chained back." He's like, "But can you please come over?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I grabbed my boomstick out of my my pew safe, and we get over it, and it was gone. It had jumped out of his yard, but it had came in, and I'm like, I was like, "Sweetie," I told my wife, I was like, "Do not let the dog out at night unless I'm there to do it with you," because I always have some manner of pew blaster with me. So, but yeah, it was in his yard. So, and then we heard it. So that was, let me see. So that was the night after. So it was Saturday night before last. Sunday night? Yeah, Sunday night. It was last night. No, it was later Saturday night. Sunday, I didn't hear it. We heard it, but it wasn't in the yards. But we could hear it Sunday night as well. So Saturday night, we heard it here. Then later that night, he came and got me. Sunday night was when we heard it again. And I was like, yeah, that's, my daughter was like, what is that? We were upstairs. She's like, is that, I heard that last night. Is that like, is that a trend? Is that somebody's brakes? And I was like, no, babe, that's this. And I showed her the video. She goes, oh, that's terrifying. I was like, yeah, it kind of is. I really was in a hurry because I was afraid it was going to attack his dogs. They're famous for attacking dogs that are chained up. So I have half of this glass left. And we're going to drink it because Papa didn't raise no commie. He didn't. But yeah, it's I am going to try and do a live, guys. I am going to try and do a live feed Friday. I know we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It won't be a long one. I am going to try and do a live feed from the show on Friday. But also keep in mind, like I said, there's a lot of people there that I have definitely promised that I'm going to hang out with and do some stuff. We got all the guys from the guys from Naked and Afraid, Kayla Cummings, the guys from Ember Shirt Co. and all those affiliates, Hiking with a Viking, Joe Menard from Primitive Edge. And then the guys from Artisan, you got Swags, and I got Dylan and Russell. I'm going to hang out with those guys. Those guys are a little bit more left-leaning than me. I don't know how much fun that's going to be. Somebody asked if Swags is going to ride with me, and I was like, fuck no. Like, politically, we are as far apart as you can get. As far as knife stuff, like, here's the thing. I've started to notice that people are far left-leaning and are very, very less likely to hear to other people's viewpoints. And so I just choose not to give any viewpoints. So I don't want them to be so evangelical about their beliefs. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just not going to talk about any of that shit with them. So politically, we can agree to disagree. Knife-wise, that Miley is a hell of a good knife designer. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. So I don't understand how they call themselves the tolerant left. Anyway, what do you all want to talk about for the next minute or two while I finish this beverage? Well, the next couple minutes. Let's see here. Let's see here. Cold steel. I'm just looking this up now because I'm curious. You guys remember Carbon V? I'm just curious. Cold steel, Carbon V steel, blade forms. Let me see here. Do you guys remember the Carbon V steel that Cold Steel used to use? I have to say, I think it's one of my favorite steels. It did rust. It was a little bit rusty. Let me see here. Let's see. Is this what I want to see? I don't think it is. So people were talking about the following information came from Mike Stewart. Email me personally. CV is chrome vanadium steel used by Case for many years. Carbon V are the very same. Okay, so it was CV steel. Cold Steel had a tendency to rename their stuff. So it was CV steel. You have them everywhere, and I don't care. Like, you're entitled to your political opinion. Problem is, the people that happen to sway that direction onto the more lefter side don't agree. They personally think that there's only one political viewpoint. At any rate, so So Case's old CV steel is, that's what I thought. I was curious. And I was right. So, guys, I'm not going to stick here any longer. It's been 3 hours. Zach, I will see you in a couple days. I will be, like I said, I'm going to be at the Artisan booth. I am not hard to find, even if I'm wearing a mask. You can always pick me out by this distinct headwear that I pretty much wear 24/7. As a matter of fact, no joke, I put it on when I wake up and I take it off when I go to bed. The only time I take this hat off is if I'm sleeping or showering. Matter of fact, I don't know if my wife and kid really know what I look like without the headgear. I don't even worry about what my hair looks like anymore. I just cut my own hair. Like, why? I wear a hat 24 hours a day. Well, 18 or 19 hours a day. Be more accurate. I probably only get like 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. And the only time I don't wear this hat is when I'm sleeping or showering. So you figure I probably take this hat off like 4.5, maybe 5 hours a day. So don't forget, when we hit 100 paying members, which I haven't had any new paying members for a while. We had 100 paying members. I have some big time giveaways that I'm going to do, including one of these hats, a couple of shirts, a free sharpening, and one of the Blade Show West exclusive sea snakes. So if that doesn't entice you to become a paying member, I don't fucking know what will. So, guys, I'm had a half a gallon of beer and I have to pee. So I'm going to end this. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Check out the video that's going up tomorrow at 4 p.m. Always like set an alarm, because I know Netflix or YouTube is not. Yeah, it's a Blade Show West exclusive sea snake, bro. You haven't seen that yet? What rock have you been living under? Blade Show West used it on their Instagram talking about it. It's a S35VN PVD black coated blade with green micarta and bronze titanium hardware. I believe it's titanium, gold or bronze. So at any rate. That's it, guys. I'm out of here. Got nothing else. Yeah, they're going to have them at the show, Zach. You should definitely tell people about it on your channel. And next time I send you a link, you should come in and actually join the movie feed. We had fun. It was just me and Murky, but like, that's just because, well, I don't want to get into it. I'll get mad again, and I don't want to get mad again. I don't like being mad. I'm a big guy. It takes a lot of energy to get mad. When I get, then I'm tired, and then I get mad about. Then I get mad about being angry, and then I'm mad about being mad. And then it's self-perpetuating. It's nasty. And Slinkies are horrible toys. Guys, I'm out. I'm ending this. I'll talk to you later. See you next time.